Good morning, fourth grade online learners. Today is January 12th, 2021, and this is science class with Mr. Monzo. I made sure I wore a different color shirt today. I almost wore the same color shirt, and I always try to wear something a little different each day so you know it's a new day of the week. Just letting you know what goes through my mind at the beginning of the day. I do think about it a little bit, very briefly. Tomorrow you will not see a red shirt probably. Anyway, I want to mention something before we get into the book. Online learners, we're going to do this new thing called Tuesdays at 3. And Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, you can go onto your stream of Google Classroom and click on the link, and you will be able to talk to me in a Google Meet. And fourth grade, there may be some fifth graders in there. There may be some third graders in there. Third, fourth, and fifth graders can come on Tuesdays at 3. You do not have to. Tuesdays at 3, you come on, say, "Hi, Mr. Monzo. I just want to see how your day is going." And then I will let you know, and I'll ask you how your day is going. And then you might say to me, "I don't understand measuring matter. Can you explain that to me?" And then I'll do my best to explain what your question is. You also might just want to say, "Mr. Monzo, I haven't talked to you for a while. I'm just checking in." It's a casual question. It's not related to science. And that's going to be okay also. I only have 15 minutes every Tuesday at 3 to talk with grades 3, 4, and 5 online learners. If you're in school, you don't click on this. This is only for people at home. And it's our chance just to, see how everybody's doing. Now, I was kidding around with Mr. Casper's class. If it's Tuesday at 3 and you want to watch Dr. Phil, I know that's what time he's on, because I sometimes watch him if I'm at home. You do not have to come on to that meet. Watch Dr. Phil. Or whatever else you're watching. Or do your homework. This is only for people that want to spend 15 minutes just checking in. And somebody in fifth grade said to me, "What if nobody checks in?" That's okay. I still have plenty to do here at Level Green Elementary. I'll be sitting at my desk, and if I hear a chime go off on my computer, I'm going to know that somebody would like to just check in. And then at 3:15, I'm going to end the Google Meet no matter what's going on, because I have to go get my kids from gym class and get them ready for the bus. So, only for online learners, and Tuesdays at 3 do not exist if everybody's at home doing remote learning. This is only for kids at home while everybody else is in school. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, Tuesdays at 3. Sounds neat. Hope to see somebody there, Layden, or bring your brother. Probably have a cup of coffee. Jamoke, he's a Jamoke. That's a guy with a cup of coffee. All right. Yesterday, well, it could be a girl with a cup of coffee. Yesterday we talked about measuring matter, and we were talking about the metric system, and somebody said to me, "Mr. Monzo, why do we get to learn the metric system if we live in the United States?" Well, a lot of things are made in other countries, and they are all metric, specifically cars. And if you're going to fix a car, you better have some metric tools these days. Not too often you're going to use standard half-inch or quarter-inch. You're going to have to use something that's like millimeters, which is metric. Question, Andrew.
What? Nathan?
Nathan, sorry.
Like how everything is made in China?
Many things are made in China, guys. They make many things for us, and they ship it over here, and they have a lot of good things made in China.
Especially those pencils that last 10 seconds.
Especially pencils that last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey guys, with anything that's made anywhere, you have varying amount of quality. So I would say if you get something made in China or Mexico or another country and it works for you, keep buying it. But if you get something made in America, it usually says that, made in America. If it's working good for you, buy it. Sebastian.
What about those things that trap your fingers?
Finger
Chinese
traps.
finger trap.
Yeah,
There are
Chinese
many
finger
products
traps.
made in many places, guys, but let's focus on the metric system. The metric system is used in many other countries, and it's very widely used in the United States. Now, I can tell you guys, when I was your age, remember I said this yesterday, my teacher said, by the time you grow up, everything is going to be metric. Well, that teacher was wrong, because we still have football fields that are 100 yards long. That is not metric. Or maybe I haven't grown up. I don't know what it is. But we do use metric system, and we use standard measurement. And that's what this is talking about, measuring matter. And yesterday we talked about bowling balls and giraffes and a ruler, and we talked about different ways that they are measured metrically. Then the next page we had a picture of a girl that was weighing something and a boy that is weighing something. So if you do not have your book at home, let's just tune in for a minute. Mass. Suppose you hold two blocks, one in each hand. They are the same size, color, shape, and texture. However, one block feels heavier than the other. To describe the difference between these blocks, you can measure their masses. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. The block that feels heavier has more mass and more matter. Mass is an important physical property used to identify, sort, and describe objects. All matter, even air and tiny particles that cannot be seen, have mass. Scientists use a balance to measure mass exactly. To measure the mass of a block, you place it on the pan of the balance. Then you add objects with known masses, such as 1 gram or 1 kilogram standards, to the other pan. When the pan balances, you have total mass of the standards equals total mass of the block. Okay? And it shows that in the experiment. On the next page, we have volume. Another physical property of matter is that's measured exactly as volume. Volume is the amount of space that matter takes up. As with mass, all matter has volume, even air and very tiny particles. Volume is measured in different ways depending on the object. The volume of a liquid is measured directly with a beaker or graduated cylinder. Liters and milliliters are the metric units of volume. To find the volume of a rectangular solid such as this block, multiply together its length, width, and height. Its volume can be described in cubic centimeters. 1 cubic centimeter has the same volume as 1 milliliter. How can you measure the volume of a rock? Carefully place the rock into a graduated cylinder partly filled with water and measure the change in water volume. Okay, last page. Some people were kind of laughing at this page. They thought the bear looked silly there.
It does.
Weight. How much weight does this bear weigh? It's the weight the same as its mass. No, remember that mass is the amount of matter in an object. Weight is the measure of a pull of gravity on the object. If this bear went to the moon, its mass would stay the same, but it would weigh less at the moon. A bear's weight, however, changes depending on the amount of gravity pulling on it. Its weight is slightly different at the top of Mount Everest from its weight at sea level. If the bear went to the moon, it would weigh even less. Why? The difference in the weight is actually the difference in the amount of gravity pulling on the bear. On top of the mountain, the bear is farther away from the center of Earth, so the pull of gravity is slightly less. The pull of gravity on the moon is very weak, so objects weigh much less on the moon than they do on Earth. So you can't say, hey, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to the moon. You're going to weigh less up there, but you're going to look exactly the same. Question from Sebastian.
Some people are on their computers.
Okay, yeah, so we had a report from Sebastian. I'm doing a time check. Some people are on their computers. We should have our computers closed when we're reading from the book. Give me your attention back up front here, guys. Oh, I know, I had a comparison. I was taking my dog to see the veterinarian, and the veterinarian was going to prescribe some medicine for him. And she said, you need to tell me what he weighs. And I said, how am I going to tell you what he weighs? He won't stand still. He's a puppy. Rocco. Stand still. That's his name. I can't get him to stand still. So my wife said to me, hold the puppy in your arms and weigh you and the puppy. So I did that. Who knows what my wife told me to do next?
Stand on it and then subtract the two.
Yes. Put the puppy down and just weigh myself, and then subtract what I weighed with the puppy and then what I weighed by myself. And I did that, and he was exactly 20 pounds. Now, if I tried to do that with just him, he would never stand on that scale. I don't care what I say or do. He's a puppy. He wants to play and run around. So I weigh me and him, or him and I, and then I weigh him. Oh, no. Then I weigh me, subtract the difference, and then the veterinarian can adjust how much medicine she gives him. because she can't give him medicine for a 40-pound dog when he only weighs 20. Question.
My dog is fat.
Your dog is fat. Well, guys,
She weighs over 100 pounds.
well, some dogs are bigger than others and they weigh more, but the way to be careful about that is don't overfeed them. They'll do anything for a treat.
Yeah, so like Drew, he just put food in their bowls. Like if we came back to eat dinner 2 minutes later and the bowls are already empty.
Guys, I was feeding my neighbor's dogs, and they're very big dogs. They're probably over 100 pounds. And I kept feeding their food dish. I kept putting food in the food dish, and the dogs kept eating it. Finally, I called my neighbor Bob. I said, how much food are they going to eat? He goes, as much as you give them.
What?
Yeah. He goes, if you give them that whole bag, they're going to eat it. And I went, now you tell me. Same with fish. You could dump a bunch of fish food in there. Well, they won't eat it, and then it starts to affect the water quality. But anyway, guys, there's different ways to weigh things, and I learned from my wife. Weigh you holding the dog, weigh you without the dog, subtract the difference. Adjust the medicine. Don't give a 20-pound dog enough medicine for a 40-pound dog. You might have problems. By the way, my dog should be about 15 pounds, so guess who's feeding him too much? This guy. All right, online learners. I'm going to end this video, then I'm going to see what Serafina wants because she's panicking. She thinks I'm not going to pick her, and I will pick her as soon as I end this video. Serafina and a few others. I see Lily had a question. So, online learners, I might see you at 3 o'clock. If you want to come on, just try it out. But if you're busy with Dr. Phil, I understand, or whatever program you watch. This is just if you want to make contact with Mr. Monzo and interact and see if you have questions or how your day is going. All right. Do your journal entry. Quiz this Friday, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.